What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some very, very interesting news when it comes to newly crowned, undefeated, unified lightweight world champion, Australian star boxer, George Kambosos Jr. 20 wins, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, standing 5'9.5" with a 70-inch arm reach. With that said, George Kambosos Jr., he shocked the world 2 weekends ago when he defeated former unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez via split decision. With that said, he won a split decision over Teofimo Lopez. Okay, shocking the world. Okay, he was a huge underdog in that fight. With that said, he became the unified champion. And this past weekend, we had another major player in the lightweight division, undefeated, WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin "The Dream" Haney, who is now 27 wins, no losses, no draws, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, stands at 5'8" with a 72-inch arm reach. He defeated former IBF super featherweight world champion Mexican superstar boxer Joseph JOJO Diaz. Now 32 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. Joseph Diaz is 28 years of age as well. With that said, Devin Haney, he won a unanimous decision victory over Joseph JOJO Diaz with George Kambosos Jr. in attendance, hopefully to promote the mega undisputed upcoming showdown, okay? George Kambosos Jr., he stated that he wanted to face off against Devin Haney to officially become undisputed. He wanted to create history, and he states that he's just a boxer. He just loves to box. He just wants to mix it up. He just wants to box. So with that said, George Kambosos Jr., he attended Devin Haney's fight, and he stated that this is a fight he was looking forward to. Devin Haney, George Kambosos Jr., they came face-to-face, and he stated that he wanted the fight to take place in Australia, officially for undisputed, because we know Joseph JOJO Diaz was the IBF champion. That's solidified. We know Teofimo Lopez was a unified champion. That's solidified. And we know Devin Haney is the WBC champion. That's solidified. So George Kambosos Jr. is the unified lightweight champion. What we don't have solidified is undisputed at the lightweight division. That needs clarification. We need clarification on who's undisputed. And I spoke with Mauricio Suleiman, WBC World Boxing Council president, and he didn't want to give any clarification to the situation, okay? He stated that he didn't want to touch on it. He didn't want to give any clarification to the franchise title that he introduced to the sport of boxing, okay? So with that said, we need clarification. Officially, the WBC, they announced on their social media that George Kambosos Jr. was undisputed, okay? When we know he's not undisputed. So with that said, okay, the other major sanction belts, they don't, the WBA, the IBF, and the WBO, they don't recognize the WBC franchise title. So it's not a official belt. So with that said, he's not undisputed, okay? So he will have to go through Devin Haney to officially become undisputed. Why? Because there's only 6 undisputed champions to hold all 4 major sanction belts in the history of the sport of boxing. That being number 1, Bernard Hopkins. Number 2, Jermaine Taylor, who beat Bernard Hopkins to become number 2. Number 3, Terrence Crawford at junior welterweight. Number 4, Oleksandr Usyk at cruiserweight. Number 5, Josh Taylor at junior welterweight. And number 6, newly crowned undisputed super middleweight champion Saul Canelo Alvarez. Okay, so there aren't many undisputed 4 major sanctioned belt holders in the history of the sport of boxing. Let alone there aren't any 4 major sanctioned belt holders at one of the glamour divisions in the lightweight division. Okay, so this would create clarity and history. Okay, because whoever wins will become the first lightweight 4 major sanctioned belt holder, lineal Ring Magazine world champion, and they'll become the 7th undisputed 4 belt holder in the history of the sport of boxing. Okay, so this fight is important. George Kambosos Jr., he is able to move around. He doesn't have one network in which he's obligated to fight on. Okay, he's with Lou DiBella, but he's able to move around. He's not signed to one network where it makes it difficult. Devin Haney, he's a network free agent. He can move in, how he so chooses. He's has his own promotional company, DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, with his father, trainer, manager, Bill Haney. And they do co-promotions with a Matchroom CEO and promoter, Eddie Hearn, and DAZN, okay? So this is an easy fight to be made. George Kambosos Jr., his last fight was on DAZN against Teofimo Lopez, okay? So with that said, George Kambosos Jr., he stated that this is the fight he wants. Now it seems like George Kambosos Jr. may be doing a little bit of backtracking when it comes to this situation, okay? It seems like George Kambosos Jr. is a little confused. So you see here, he says it's about his legacy. He said it's about what excites him, and what excites him is being in the ring. It's not about money. Listen again, shall we?
Money is going to come with this fight, but again, it's about legacy. It's about what excites me. So what I know is going to excite the fight fans, and I know what's going to be great, in Australia.
So he says it's not about the money. The money is going to come with a fight of the magnitude with himself and Devin Haney. He says, especially being in Australia, the money's going to come, but it's about his legacy, and it's about exciting the fans, and it's about creating history. This is what George Kambosos had to say. But then listen to his follow-up. Listen to how he follows that up, and listen to what he says after that, because it's a bit of contradiction when he follows it up. Because when he follows it up, he now says that there's a lot of hurdles in the way preventing this fight, when there is not a lot of hurdles preventing this fight, because you are a net worth free agent. You don't have a fight in the foreseeable future. Devin Haney don't have a fight in the foreseeable future. You guys both fought in the last 2 weeks. Neither one of you guys have undisputed matches that you have, mandatory matches that you have to satisfy at the current moment. So it should be pretty easy. You're a net worth free agent. He's a net worth free agent. He says he's willing to go to Australia. You said you want the fight to go to Australia. You said you want to fight for legacy and history. He says he wants to fight for legacy and history. You said it's not about the money. He said it's not about the money. So where's the hurdles at? So listen to what he had to say regarding there being hurdles.
There are so many obstacles still, but again, I love the fight. Like I said, now look at talk. So people can see my eyes.
So now he's saying there's a lot of hurdles. Listen.
I can't give a number right now. There are so many obstacles still, but again, I love the fight.
So he's saying he can't put a number and he can't put a percentage as to when he believes, or if he believes that this fight will happen next, because he stated that he believes that there is a lot of hurdles in the way. Okay, so he's saying that there's still a lot of hurdles when there's not. The only hurdles that are in the way is you, right, and your decision making, because he says that there's still a lot of clarity he needs, because he's going to go and watch undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis fight tonight against Isaac Pitbull Cruz on Showtime on pay-per-view. So he stated that that is a fight. That's a fight that he has to have that fight. He has to witness that fight. He has to have that fight come to a conclusion before he can make a decision. So it's not about, if it's about legacy and it's about history, then Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't play a part in it. Why? Because Gervonta Tank Davis holds the WBA, World Boxing Association's regular title. Okay? You hold the WBA super title. So a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis represents a payday. But you just stated that it's not about the money. It's about legacy and history. Gervonta Tank Davis is on record just stating that he don't want anything to do with George Kambosos Jr.'s belts. He said he could keep the belts. We can make the fight. He's looking for a payday. But right now, as you can hear, George Kambosos Jr. saying a fight with Devin Haney of this magnitude.
Money is going to come with this fight, but again, it's about legacy. It's about what excites me. So what I know is going to excite the fight fans, and I know what's going to be great, in Australia.
So you heard what he said. It's not about legacy. It's not about money. It's about legacy and exciting the fans, because the money is going to come regardless, right? So he's saying it's about legacy because the money is going to come regardless, is what he stated. So then why are you waiting to see the results of Gervonta Tank Davis versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz? What does Gervonta Tank Davis bring to the table other than a big payday? Now, he represents the biggest payday in your career. He's the cash cow, no doubt. But you said it's not about the money. The money's going to come with the legacy fights. It's about the legacy itself and exciting the fans. And you said that he's on record as stating that Devin Haney did what he needed to do in an exciting fight that got him motivated. So what's the holdup? It's contradictions at its finest. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
This is Amanda, the Real Deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.